Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmates. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Rediki, BTBT LT1. My report is Cry of Balintawak or Pugadlawin. The Cry of Pugadlawin, sigaw ng Pugadlawin in Filipino, Grito de Pugadlawin in Spanish. Ito ay nagsimula noong Spanish government. Itinatag ito upang malabanan ang mga pananakop sa ating bansa at nang magkaroon tayo ng laya. In August 1896, member of the Katipunan Secret Society, Katipuneros led by Andres Bonifacio rose up in revolt. Somewhere in an area referred to as Caloocan, wider than the jurisdiction of the present day Caloocan, which may have overlapped into the present day Quezon City. Noong August 1896, nagkaroon ng pag-aaklas ang mga Katipuneros laban sa Spanish government upang mabigyan tayo ng independence country. At ito ay naganap sa Caloocan na ngayon ay Quezon City. The term cry is translated from the Spanish El Grito de Rebelión, Cry of Rebellion, or El Grito for short. Thus the Grito de Balintawak is comparable to Mexico's Grito de Dolores, 1810. However, El Grito de Rebellion strictly refers to the decision of or call the revolt and does not necessarily cannot shout unlike the Filipino sigaw. Ito naman ay parang inihahalin tulad sa Mexico yung Grito de Rebellion sa Pilipinas at sa Grito de Dolores sa Mexico. Yung sa Pilipinas, Grito de Rebellion is pinaglalaban natin ang ating karapatan upang magkaroon ng sariling bansa at mapatalsik ang Spanish government. Originally, the term cry referred to the first class between the Katipuneros and Civil Guardian Civil. Kaya daw ito tinawag na cry because ito daw yung pinakang unang pagkikipaglaban ng Katipuneros kontra Civil Guard nung Spanish government. The cry could also refer to the tearing of community tax certificate, cedulas personalis, and the defiance of their allegiance to Spanish. The inscription of the Viva la Independencia Filipina can also be referred as term for the cry. This was a literary accompanied by the patriotic shots. Different dates and place. Various accounts give different dates and places for the cry of Pugadlawin, an officer of the Spanish Guardian Civil. Olegario Diaz stated the cry took place in Balintawak on August 25, 1896. Historian Teodoro Calao, in his 1925 book, The Filipino Revolution War, that the event took place during the last week of August 1896 at Kangkong, Balintawak. Santiago Alvarez, a Katipunero and son of Mariano Alvarez, a leader of the Magdiwang faction in Cavite, stated in 1927 that the cry took place in Bahay Turo, now in Quezon City, on August 24, 1896. Si Santiago and Alvarez Mariano Alvarez, sila ay mag-ama na namuno sa Magdiwang faction in Cavite, sa Cavite. Pio Valenzuela, a close associate of Andres Bonifacio, declared in 1948 that is to happen in Pugadlawin on August 23, 1896. Historian Gregorio Said stated in his book in 1954 that the cry happened in Balintawak on August 26, 1896. Historian Teodoro Agoncillo wrote in 1956 that it took place in Pugadlawin on August 23, 1896. Based on Pio Valenzuela's statements, Accounts by historians Maligros Gregorio, Emmanuel Encarnacion, and Ramon Villegas claimed the events to have taken place in Tandang Soras Barn in Gulud Barangay, Banlat, Quezon City. Some of the apparent confusion in the part due to the double meaning of the term Balintawak and Caloocan. Sinasabi dito, ang Caloocan at Balintawak daw ay may dalawang meaning. Parang sila ay nagkaka iba, pero parang sabi ng iba magkaparehas lang sa isang lugar. At the true of the century, Balintawak referred both a specific place in modern Caloocan. Sasabi ng Caloocan na yung kanyang part is nasa malaking bahagi ng Quezon City. And ang Caloocan naman is referred a wider area and include modern Quezon City and part of the modern Pasig. Sinasabi din ng Caloocan na sa Quezon City and sa Pasig, meron siyang area, mas malaki, mas parehas yung laki ng area niya sa Pasig at parehas yung area niya sa Quezon City. Pugadlawin, Pasong Tamo, Kangkong, and other specific place were in the Greater Balintawak, which cannot turn part of the Greater Caloocan. Yung Balintawak naman daw po is bahagi rin ng Pasig at bahagi rin ng Quezon City. Parang magkaparehas lang sila ng bahagi, pero parang yun mismo o parang yung Pasig at Quezon City magkalahok ang Balintawak at Caloocan. Parang yun ang sinasabi dito. Pero mas sinasabi ng Caloocan na mas malaki ang sakop niya sa Quezon City at sa Pasig. Cavite Mutiny on January 20, 1872. About 200 Filipino military personnel on Fort San Felipe Arsenal in Cavite, Philippines staged a mutiny which in a way led to the Philippine Revolution in 1896. Halos 200 Filipino military personnel ang nagsagawa ng revolusyon noong 1896. The 1872 Cavite Mutiny was precipitated by the removal of long-standing personal benefits to the workers, such as tax, tribute, and forced labor exemption on order from the Governor General Rafael de Ixguerdo. Ay si General Rafael, tinanggalan niya ng tax ang mga manggagawa. Si General Rafael de Ixguerdo ay pinalitan niya si General Carlos Maria de la Torre bilang isang gobernador general. At nung napalitan na niya si de la Torre, nagkaroon agad siya ng mga parusa o nagpataw agad siya ng kaparusahan sa mga taong lalabag sa kanyang batas. At noong araw na rin na yun ay napagbintangan ang tatlong pari na nag-aalsa laban sa gobyerno. Kaya naparusahan ito. Martyrdom of the Gumbursa, execution of the three Filipino priests, Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, who were liked by the Spanish fires as the mastermind of the Filipino insurgency in Cavite. There were prominent Filipino priests charged with treason and sedition. The Spanish clergy connected the friars to the mutiny as part of the conspiracy of stifle that movement of the secular priests who desired to have their own parishes instead of being assistants to the regular friars. Nagkaroon ng execution sa tatlong pari na si Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora dahil sila ay napagbintangan na nag-aalsa kontra sa Spanish government. Dahil kay General Ixguerdo, sila ay naparusahan. The three priests, Father Mariano Gomez, an old man in his mid-70s, Chinese-Filipino, born in Cavite. He held the most senior position of the three as Archbishop Vicar in Cavite. He was truly nationalistic and accepted the death penalty calmly, as to it were his penance for being pro-Filipinos. Father Jose Burgos is a Spanish descent. Born in Philippines, he was a parish priest of Manila Cathedral and had been known to be close to the liberal Governor General de la Torre. He was 35 years old. Of that time was active and outspoken in advocating of the Philippinization of the clergy. Father Jacinto Zamora is 37 years old. Was also Spanish born in Philippines. He was a parish priest of Marikina and was known to the unfriendly to and would not countenance any arrogance or authoritative behavior from Spaniards coming from Spain. Propaganda movements and other faithful campaign for reforms. For more than 3 countries, the Spanish colonists became too abusive of their power. Forced labor, unjustifiable collection of taxes, and deprivation of education brought about a centralized idea of independence of the majority of Filipinos. Mas lalong lumakas ang Spanish government dahil nagkaroon sila ng maraming taxes at naapektuhan din ang mga educations noong unang panahon. Political social reforms that were showed the writing stem on the liberalism honoring rights of the Filipino, defense against the violation injustices and the sovereignty for the aspiration of the people. Gusto ng mga Pilipino noon is magkaroon ng reform na magkaroon ng propaganda upang maiwasan nila yung mga violation, yung mga violence sa kanila at magkaroon sila ng mga karapatan bilang Pilipino. The literary work by Jose Rizal is No Limit Tangere and El Filibustrismo. Dito sa dalawang novel is sinulat niya yung lahat nangyayari sa ating bansa noong panahon ng Spanish government. And ito rin ang naging dahilan kung bakit tayo naging malaya ngayon. Dito niya kasi isinulat yung lahat ng nangyayari, lalo na yun sa tatlong paring pinarusahan. At kasama niya, together with the other proponent reformists, Graciano Lopez Haina, Mariano Ponce, and Marcelo H. Del Pilar, sila yung nagsusulong ng gusto nila ng kapayapaan sa ating bansa. Sila yung naggawa ng reform upang maging independence country tayo at upang mapatalsik ang Spanish government dito sa ating bansa. Jose P. Rizal excel in Dapitan. In the 26th day of June 1892, causing very excitement among the Filipinos, his popularity fared to the Spaniard, and as they noticed to his every moves, all houses where he had been were searched, and the Filipinos in his company were suspected. Nagdulot ito ng malaking kaguluhan dahil sa kinakatakutan ng mga Spaniards na mapabagsakan sila. And then ang lahat ng bahay, lahat ng kilos niya ay binabantayan at lahat ng tauhan niya ay pinagsususpetsahan na kasapi ng mga kilusan. As head plan on July 3, 1892, he founded the La Liga Filipina in the house of Doroteo Ongjanco in Tondo, Manila. Nung June 3, 1892 ay nagtatag sila ng July 3, 1892 ay nagtatag sila ng La Liga Filipina sa bahay ni Doroteo Ongjanco sa Tondo, Manila. 4 days after the civic organization foundation, Jose Rizal was arrested by the Spanish authorities on 4 grounds. First, he published an anti-Catholic and anti-friars books and articles. Siya ay pinatawa ng anti-Catholic and anti-friar books. And second, having a possession on the bundle of handbills, the progress of trials in which violates the advocacies of the Spanish. Third, for the dedicating his novel El Filibustrismo to the three traitors Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora, and for the giving and highlights to the novel's title page that the only salvation for the Philippines was separation from the Spain, and last, had a simple criticizing the religious in aiming for its exclusion from the Filipino culture. Foundation and the discovery of the KKKK after the disbandment of the La Liga Filipina. Some of its former members, spearheaded by Andres Bonifacio, established the Kataas-taasan, Kagalang-galangan, Katipunan, and the Mga Anak ng Bayan, KKKK. With its goal of independence from Spain, and the Katipunan led by Andres Bonifacio started the revolution preceded by the cry of the Pugad Lawin. Ang hangarin naman nito ng KKK ay ang magkaroon ng isang malayang bansa at patalsikin ang Spanish government sa ating bansa at nang magkaroon na tayo ng independence country. At sa ngayon nga, nangyari na yun, nagkaroon na tayo ng independence country. And that's all my report. Thank you for listening and sana may natutunan kayo. Salamat.